Hey, welcome to this video on methods and techniques on how to get back with your ex-girlfriend. This obviously is a delicate situation that you're going through right now, and what I'd like to offer you are some tips and techniques that will help you find some clarity in how to deal with this situation, and also to try to rekindle the relationship to get your ex-girlfriend to come back around and consider reopening relations. So let's go ahead and get started. So if you're wondering how you can get back with your ex-girlfriend, the first thing that you really need to understand is that this is a very delicate situation, not only for yourself but also for your ex. It's quite possible your feelings might be hurt, and her feelings may also be hurt. It's very important that you are careful about what you're doing accordingly. Otherwise, feelings may be hurt even worse. And this is something you definitely want to avoid, because as you can tell right now, emotions are high, and you don't want to make things worse than they might already be. So you definitely want to really scan the situation and sit back and look at it. The considerations that you need to make when it comes to figuring out how to get back with your ex-girlfriend are these. Step one, first and foremost, you need to define what it was that you did in order to cause the breakup. So this is where you want to gather your thoughts and try to figure out, backtrack a little bit in your relationship to when things started getting rocky, or the two of you began to have a distance between you, basically. The first time you noted this, if you can think back to that, try and think what that catalyst was that started the reaction. Girls don't want to break up with guys completely out of the blue. Girls just don't wake up and decide, you know what, I want to wreck my relationship, unless they're really unstable. So there is probably a really good reason behind the action, even if you are not immediately aware of what it is. The first step in this process has to be to figure out what went wrong, whether or not it could have been prevented, and how you can fix it now that you know what it is. Step two. If the breakup with your ex-girlfriend was entirely your fault, and you know it is, then the first thing that you need to do to help rekindle things is to let your ex-girlfriend know that you recognize what happened, you recognize that it was your fault, and that you're sorry for your actions and the unintended consequences. So basically owning the fact that you were the fault, if in fact that's what it was. Step three, you should continue to socialize with other people even though you're trying to court your ex again. Now step three is one of the hardest things you will have to do, but it is very important that you continue in your life, you continue going out, you stay busy. This is one thing that you're going to have to show her, that you're not sitting in a dark room contemplating your relationship or worrying about your relationship, or is it going to be possible to reopen relations. You need to just stay active, stay busy, even though you're trying to court her again. And trust me on this one. You really need to pay attention on that. Just because you and your ex are not in contact right now, that does not mean that you need to cut yourself off from the rest of the world. As I said, you should date another girl, or at least go out and have some fun with your friends. It may even work to your advantage for you to cause some jealousy in your ex-partner if you really do want to get them back. Step four, show your ex that you have moved on, but you also need to show her that you still care about her. And this is a little difficult right here, but it is possible. Okay, if you can just stay steadfast and pay attention to step three, you can combine that with step four to accomplish this step. This is the most ideal way to eventually get her back. Let her know that you have not completely moved on and that you still have feelings for her, and this will make you appear more mature to her and more desirable as well. And it could be that these are the two factors that caused the breakup in the first place. If she felt that you were immature, or which might have made you less desirable, if you act like you have got your life together and you're moving on and you're doing mature things, she's going to see that. And those are probably some things that she wanted to see in the relationship to begin with. So take that to heart right there. And finally, step 5, it is important that you work hard to become friends with your ex again. Okay? I can't stress this enough. You need to have an amicable friendship. You need to extend your hand and play this socialized friendship that needs to be on the table. This will build the trust back, which could be something that was lost in the first place, and will help to make you closer to one another. Afterwards, you should ask her why you broke up in the first place, but be casual about it rather than appearing desperate. This is the mistake that most guys make. It comes off as a desperate plea to find out, gosh, why did you break up? I just don't understand. If you just own the fact, like I said a couple steps ago, if you just own the fact and figure out what the catalyst was, and you present that to her and say, look, I know I messed up. I can totally see why we needed to end this relationship. I've moved on. I'm busy with work, and I'm playing basketball with the guys, whatever it is. So you kind of lay out this story for her to kind of build you up in her mind again. She'll either admit that it was a mistake that the two of you broke up, or she will let you know that the breakup was for the better. And once you have an answer, you can proceed from there. These are just the beginning steps in winning your ex back. They are the initial steps I followed when I lost the love of my life. And frankly, these aren't my original ideas. I turned to T-Dub Jackson when I had no idea of how to get my true love back. T-Dub authored a simple, down-to-earth, step-by-step plan, a master plan really, called The Magic of Making Up. And it worked like magic for us, and now we are more in love than ever. And it was a really good way for me to go over these pre-steps that I've laid out for you today and explained, and to be able to read and listen to what T-Dub put together. And this guy is a mastermind, I'm telling you, when it comes to rebuilding the bonds of a broken relationship. So if you want more information from T-Dub and learning how to get your ex back, go to this website, makingup.top1net.com. I know that looks like an I, but that's a 1. top1net.com. So go here, check this website out. It'll take you to T-Dub's site, and you can listen to his video where he'll explain basically some of these pre-steps again and what he has to offer to help you get through this time. And the faster you jump on this, the better, because you don't want to sit and wait and decide, am I going to try to court her back? Am I going to try and win her back? You just got to do it. So makingup.top1net.com. Go check it out. Thank you for your time.